Louis, first of all, welcome to Park Hall, but let's go back in time, shall we? You were at the Academy, Liverpool FC, born in Liverpool, and a Liverpool supporter. That must have been a dream signing for them as a youngster.
Well, yeah, it happened at a young age. I got picked up when I was 9 years old after a successful trial over there, and as you say, being from Liverpool, it's every boy's dream to be the Liverpool or Everton player, and I had a chance to do that for 9-10 seasons, which was a great time for me and my family.
And you moved on from there, of course, but nevertheless, that grounding that you had as a young player must have set you in good stead for the future.
Well, yeah, that's it. Spending so many years there, you sort of pick up the Liverpool way, which they go on quite frequently. Mannerisms, professionalism, how to act off the field, on the field, all that comes into handy later on in life.
And you didn't move too far away because you signed for Wigan Athletic. You signed a professional contract at the age of 16.
I was very conscious at that age to keep up my studies. So at the time I was doing my A-levels at my secondary school whilst being a second year scholar at Wigan. So that was very important to me. Rather than go away, maybe try and get another Cat 1, Cat 2 academy elsewhere, I just thought stay at home and get me degree A-levels behind me if possible. So, and Wigan was a great club. They just won the FA Cup, doing great momentum. It was a great time to be there.
And you played as well. You made your debut for Wigan.
Yeah, I had a good season, second year scholar, and that basically put me into the first team. So I was with them for about 5-6 months on the bench consistently, and luckily got an appearance in the Championship, which is my best day so far in my life.
And now to Welsh football. Of course, you were at Bala last season. We'll come to that in due course. But this is your second spell in Wales because you signed for Bangor City. You played one game, you scored 2 goals, and the very next morning you were on the way to Mallorca, not on your holidays,
no.
but to sign for a Spanish club. But first of all, the Bangor connection, how did that happen?
It's a funny story really, because I've just come back from America. I did 6 months out there in the college system, and when I took the decision to come back and try and make it again in the UK, I signed for Bangor. I knew Ian Dawes, the manager at the time, through Liverpool. Again, he was a coach at Liverpool, so that connection came in handy. But I was always conscious that I had Spanish connections that I could have went further. I had a bit of interest over there, so I did make it clear to Ian to sign on contract because there was possibility that I wanted to go to Spain and explore that option. So I don't think he thought it'd happen so soon, neither did I, but I literally played one game, scored 2 in the cup against Llandudno. Great day for myself, and that afternoon back in the changing room I got a text off my agent saying they're coming for your Spanish team, come in the morning. So it all happened very quickly, and it was quite surreal really.
And as a player, you've played in Spain, also the USA, as you've mentioned. How important has that been in your grounding in terms of the wider experience?
Yeah, very much so. You learn. I've lived with, I think, 9-10 nationalities from all around the world, South America, Eastern Europe, everywhere. So these cultures, these mannerisms, you pick up. You learn lots of life skills, and as well as that, football-wise, lots of different styles of play, techniques, tactics. It all comes in handy.
And then, as I've said, you signed for Bala Town last season. Of course, the spotlight was on Chris Venables, the Golden Boot and the goals that he scored. But you were quietly plodding away in the background. You came out with a total of 16 in the end in both league and cup competitions. So it's true to say that you found your feet here in the top flight of Welsh football.
Yeah, I had a great season at Bala. I got a lot of time for everyone involved in that club. Colin, the staff, players. It was a great season, and it's a great club. As you say, Chris Venables did get, and rightly so, all applauded. But I think he'd be fair to say it was a team effort, and from back to front, we all put our shift in last year.
And then the new Saints came knocking at the door. Were you aware of the interest prior to the initial maybe contact that the agent gave you?
Briefly, yeah. I knew Scott did know of me. I knew he was watching me. So once I heard the rumour, I was very, very excited about the possibility of coming here. You know, being full time. TNS won the league the past 8-9 years, whatever it is. Always do well in Europe. So it was something I was very interested in. And once the actual contact was made, it was no brainer for myself to come here.
TNS Media has been on furlough for a while now. We're back just this week, so it's our first chance to chat with you. But nevertheless, you've been here training with the players. How have you found the squad as a whole in terms of your style of play?
I think it suits me to a T. I like running behind. I like different types of movements, coming short and behind, affecting the back four, and also trying to score goals. And the way and the players that we've got here, they can find you. You know, it's no secret. If you make a run, I'll get found. So I'm lucky to be in a team with such good players.
And what can the fans expect from you this coming season?
Well, first and foremost, hard work. I'll give everything for the club. Every game, I'll run my socks off and I'll fight. And then if I can score a few goals or contribute in a way, shape or form, then that's a bonus. And
away from the game, in true footballer style, you like to play golf. We have some very serious golfers at Park Hall. Are they likely to be challenged by you on the course?
No, I've not played for a few years properly, so I don't think so. I know Maz and H do play regularly, and a few others, but I'm going to get back into golf. I'll go to tennis, I love tennis. I play snooker frequently. I love all them little sports, ping pong. So outside football, I do like to stay competitive and playing those types of sports and games. Yeah.
Well, Louis, as I said, welcome to Park Hall. I've certainly enjoyed our chat this morning, and you've been training, of course, so on the way back home now, games coming up, friendlies first of all, and then of course down to business, competitive football.
Well, that's it. We've got a busy schedule now. We've got, I think, 2 games a week until our European games, so it's a good chance to get minutes in the legs for the lads. For me to see the style of play in flesh in a competitive game, and vice versa for them to see me in a competitive game, so it'll be important for me to gel in that sense.